Your mission is to bring heaven to earth. Your mission is to create a divine outlook on what you think life is supposed to be and what it should look like and how people should love one another and how we should be all prosperous and how we can utilize our knowledge and wisdom and combine that with our technology and everything else that we've learned and love for animals and everything else, and then how we can then project that consciously from a multidimensional platform of thought into a three-dimensional reality. That's what this is all about. That's what heaven is. And right now, until we figure that out, we're in hell. See, when they had the slave times and they came over with the biblical text and they kept telling you guys, you got to die to get to heaven. Meanwhile, the same people that was telling you got to die to get to heaven, they was creating their own heaven on earth by making you the slave and living life the way that they wanted to. Your mission is to create heaven on earth. Stop going after all these fake deities. Stop chasing after Jesus. Stop chasing after all these names and all these images that you see. When you finally wake up and realize that when you close your eyes and you hear a voice, people say, "Oh, God told me this and God told me that." I say to them, "Well, what does he sound like? What is? Because you keep saying he. Well, what does he sound like?" "Oh, he's got this voice, and I just know this voice." "Really? Okay, it's a man's voice." "Yeah, it's a man's voice. He's our father." "Really? A father? Okay. So you've given a gender to a deity. That's really interesting. That's a double compounded issue. Now, when you are hearing this voice, what is it telling you to do? It's telling me to do this and it's giving me information. What these people don't realize is the voice that they're hearing in their head is their own voice talking to their own self. When you reach a higher level of consciousness, that voice, it starts to change. It don't stay the same. When you start off in a religious mind, it sounds like some outside, deep, echoing, bellowing voice giving you commands. As you become more and more conscious, the voice morphs, and then the next thing you know, it's your own voice. And when you get to the point that you hear your own voice in your own head talking to you, because remember, you're not here. That's when you've began to ascend to a higher level. That's the beginning of getting to the next level. That's the beginning. Because the brain does not create consciousness. I'm going to say that again. The brain does not create consciousness. It downloads consciousness. Your consciousness is streaming from a higher source and coming in here. And your body, your avatar body, is designed to encapsulate a particular frequency of that source. So you have a radio station in your neighborhood that has multiple stations, but it's only one location. But it's sending out 99.1, 99.2, 99.3, 99.4. Those 0.1 dots, that's every single person that exists in the entire universe. Each one of us in the entire universe is a point dot whatever number. Coming from one source, slightly tuned, different frequency. Your avatar body is designed to encapsulate a specific frequency. It picks it up, you animate the avatar body, and you inhabit it for a temporal amount of time. Temporal meaning time, time-based. What we consider to be time in the third dimension. It's temporary. Once the avatar body is depleted, it releases that universal consciousness, that energy, that spiritual energy back up into source. And based on what happens there, you come back again, or you can send to higher dimensions, as Thoth talks about in the Emerald Tablets. It's based on how many lessons you have learned in different lifetimes. How much have you acquired? How much knowledge and wisdom have you acquired? And how not only have you acquired it, but how have you executed that knowledge and that wisdom? Have you acted on it? Because I can have all the knowledge and wisdom in the world. I'll give you an example. Starting in 1977, I started researching aerospace technology because I saw something in my backyard that didn't make any sense to me. It didn't look like an airplane. And I even as a kid, I knew that what I saw wasn't an airplane. I started looking in all the Encyclopedia Britannicas, the original old-fashioned, the ancient Google, okay? Reading books to get the information. I researched swept wing, delta wing. I researched supersonic transport. I researched ballistics. I went into everything. I couldn't find what I was looking for. I said, man, what the hell did I just see? And I kept researching and researching. And then it led me into other areas of research and study. And between 1977 and 2008, maybe 2000, almost into 2009, between that period of time, I had acquired so much knowledge that my head was going to explode. And I couldn't do anything with it. I had nobody to talk to. I had nobody to share it with. I had nothing behind it that I can execute with it to help change people, the world, or anything like that. I was sitting around waiting for the web to get here because I had read that the Hopis said that the world would be connected by a web, an information web, and that information will be able to pass from place to place instantaneously. And so I was just standing by, waiting on time to catch up with my knowledge. But during that time period when I couldn't do anything, pretty much just little things here and there, nothing major, all that knowledge is just going to waste. You're just sitting in one place doing absolutely nothing until I had the ability to execute it and to use it and to put it out and to take fractals of it and spread it amongst people and become a teacher, right? You can have all the information in the world, but if you can't use it, you can't do anything with it, then it's a waste. So you have to learn how to execute knowledge. You have to learn how to gain knowledge and then actually utilize it. Knowledge is not power, but the execution of knowledge is actually power. That's where real power comes in. This is how the elites operate, how the oligarchs operate, how these biblical religious figures that masqueraded as God, how they operated. They utilized knowledge in a way that they executed the knowledge. They didn't just gain the wisdom and knowledge. They actually put energy behind it and executed it, and that gave them actual power. And so people often ask me when I have these talks, do I believe that God exists? Yes. Yeah. Why? Because if you study quantum physics, you discover that we're living in a creation. Now, it's an intelligent design down to every little tiny atom, even beyond atoms into quarks, even if you can go beyond that. So what does that mean? Well, that means that something or someone created this. It's not an accident. And if it's not an accident, then the figure that we would call God or the creator of the universe, in my opinion, actually exists. What I'm telling you is the dogma that you've been chasing and your generations of family members have been chasing for eons after these fake images have destroyed humanity, are responsible for more people have died from religious belief more than any reason on the face of planet Earth. More people have died from religious beliefs than anything else. When the Papal Inquisitions happened, 80 million people tortured and killed. That makes Hitler look like an angel compared to these people. And then they want to tell you that, oh, the gospel was spread all around the world by love and joy. No, that's not how it got spread around the world. They come to your country, they get the indigenous chief or the bushman or whatever, they torture him and kill him and burn him right in front of everybody in the village and say, now, you learn our language and you pray to our God. And then you pay your taxes. Okay, next. Let's go to the next place and do it again. And the next place and do it again until it got spread around the world. Let's rape the women, rape the children, like I taught you guys last week from the biblical text. So what I'm telling you is the stuff that you're chasing in that book is not what you think it is. A majority of it is from people, and I do mean plural people, not singular, because if you look at the ancient text where the word God comes in the Bible, it's actually gods with an S, plural, which was then accidentally on purpose mistranslated into the biblical canonized books. It's actually two different people in that book, in that Bible, not one. It's actually two people, not creators of universes, but actual flesh and blood people that put their pants on one leg at a time, just like you and me. And unfortunately, they've been able to literally hoodwink an entire planet with this foolishness. And then you got the other people that come along behind them and realize, shoot, there's power in this. This guy, Caesar Borgia, said, man, this guy got this image of Jesus got power. I'm changing it to my face. From this point forward, everybody's going to think it's me. They're going to pray to me. I'm going to absorb all this prayer energy every single day. When trillions of people start praying, I want it all coming to me.